Since 1999, the Midlands region of the UK has seen a substantial increase in the rate of mesothelioma, particularly among those who worked on auto assembly lines. Kim Atherton, a spokeswoman for the Asbestos Disease Association of Nottingham, was quoted in a recent newspaper as saying that former car workers are at particular risk from this disease because of the large amount of asbestos used in vehicle production. Of particular concern to us are those individuals who worked on the assembly lines. They dealt with the brakes on cars which were sprayed and baked in asbestos ovens. Meanwhile, in the U.S., ongoing attempts by the current administration to gut worker safety regulations continue. In November of 2006, the Baltimore Sun reported that a scientist at the Occupational Safety and Health Agency, or OSHA, Ira Wainless, was told he would be suspended without pay if he refused to remove asbestos warnings from a document about the use of asbestos in automotive brake linings. Not surprisingly, one of those pressing for Wainless to make the changes was a former EPA head with significant ties to the auto industry. John Henshaw allegedly worked for two consulting firms to which the Ford Motor Company, General Motors, and Daimler Chrysler had paid $23 million over a 5-year period, though he denied representing any client when he spoke with OSHA. I suggested to OSHA that the bulletin be pulled off the website until it included more data references, Henshaw claimed. The current document, which is still posted at the OSHA website, cites an article in the American Journal of Industrial Medicine about asbestos in brake linings. Henshaw was later investigated by the Labor Department for violating federal ethics policies. Industrial safety and politics. Industrial safety should never be a political issue. The sad fact, however, is that most industries, including auto manufacturers, spend hundreds of millions of dollars every year lobbying Congress for legislative protection against lawsuits and liability. The attempt to change the aforementioned OSHA document is, in the words of Representative Dennis Kucinich, what the auto industry and brake industry is doing to defend itself against lawsuits from people who died from occupational exposure to asbestos. Where the asbestos products are. Asbestos has been used in many industries primarily as a flame retardant. Since fires have always been one hazard of running automobiles, it should come as no surprise that asbestos components have historically been part of many vehicles. This is especially true with auto parts that are subject to friction, such as clutches and brakes, where temperatures can go as high as 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Amazingly, this substance is still legal in the U.S., although technically banned in the manufacture of new vehicles within the U.S. With globalization and outsourcing, the components of automobiles assembled inside the U.S. frequently come from outside the country, where asbestos regulations are lax and even non-existent. If the Ban on Asbestos in America Act passes the Senate in the fall of 2007, this should change. In the meanwhile, if you have ever worked in the automotive industry, particularly assembling brakes and clutches, it is vital to have regular checkups and note any symptoms such as difficulty in breathing, nagging cough, chest pains, or mysterious weight loss. These may be symptoms of any number of conditions, but if it should be mesothelioma, it is especially important to catch it in its early stages when it is most treatable. Because all states have a statute of limitations on legal actions in tort cases, it's also important to contact an experienced asbestos litigator as soon as possible after a diagnosis has been confirmed. Thank you for watching. This video was produced by Asbestos.Net, a leading resource on all aspects of asbestos and mesothelioma. Our priority is to inform victims about the devastating effects of asbestos exposure, mesothelioma, asbestos cancer, asbestosis, and other asbestos-related diseases, and to advise them with a wealth of information. Individuals whose lives have been touched by mesothelioma have numerous questions and concerns. Their caregivers and family members also need accurate, reliable information. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos cancer and need more information, we invite you to visit and explore the thousands of pages of oncologist-reviewed material on Asbestos.net
to call our convenient toll-free number shown below and speak with a mesothelioma specialist, or to use the simple contact form found at Asbestos.net to request a free copy of our informative books, custom inserts, and DVD. Asbestos.net, information and help for patients and families.